Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for watching Crypto Talks with saxophonist Kimberly McKinney. Um, my subject today is relationships and your money. I just want to say quickly on yesterday, there was an incident that happened with a couple. I was performing at this event yesterday, and there was a situation that happened with this couple where the lady actually walked in and confronted, either her husband or her boyfriend, um, and made a really big scene in front of, everyone that was in this venue, to a point where it just got so intense that, we were told, moments, into it that the lady was carrying a weapon. So that was very intense and really concerning within itself. But the interesting thing is that for anyone to get dressed, and this young lady, she got dressed, she was looking very nice, beautiful, had her dress, she had her shoes, her heels, had her nice, just hair was all done, and she had a trench coat. She was wearing a trench coat, and she walked in the spot. At first everybody thought that she was just, we thought they were just playing. How we all do. We have those kinds of conversations where we were like, yeah, that type of thing. But as the conversation began to progress a little further on, people were starting to see that this was no laughing, this was no joking matter. And it got so intense that um, they both, what the gentleman didn't, or the guy didn't, you know, hurt her or hit her or anything. He was just trying to, move her away where she can stop getting in his face and, stop doing whatever hand gestures that she was doing. And eventually they were being pulled out of the venue because of the weapon. And uh, the police were called, but guess what? Guess who went to jail though? Guess who went to jail? She did. She went to jail, and he was left with freedom. So I say this to say that anytime you put that type of energy into trying to confront someone because they've been cheating, they've been caught cheating, or you found out that they were messing around with some other people, you get dressed to the T now. You get dressed, you go and you confront that person in public in front of everyone, which means it calls you to pull yourself outside of a character that is no that in this case that situation is not even worth it. And in addition to that, why would you spend your time and efforts trying to catch someone cheating and confront them when you could be taking that time to develop yourself, taking that time to develop your money? Because at this point, I don't know if they were married. I think they were married. But at this point, honestly, you have had to be in this situation more than one time with your spouse. And for this time, for this to cause you to get out of the comfort of your home in the rain, in the storming rain, it was storming, it was pouring down very badly, for you to get out of the comfort of your home and could possibly risk your life on the way to the venue just to go to confront someone because they were cheating on you. That's not worth it, ladies and gentlemen. It's not worth it. She possibly could have waited till he got home to say what she needed to say, or she could have possibly packed her things, got her children if she had children, and gone somewhere else. But to get out of the comfort of your element to go confront someone for cheating on you, and then bring a weapon that could have really turned left. The situation could have turned extremely horrible. And if you're aiming to hurt someone else and then hurt that the person that the target, but your target goes someone else and it targets an innocent person, then guess what? You've lost your freedom. Number one, you shouldn't be in an area where you're bringing a weapon. Number two, you're causing a scene. You're embarrassing yourself and you don't see your own self worth. Number three, you have just really devalued yourself in a way that it was premeditated. Honestly, it was premeditated. Anytime someone just put careful thought, she put care, you could tell she put careful thought into how she was going to do this, careful thought into how she was going to confront, and then you go and you do it publicly. Listen, I don't condone and I don't agree with the situation, and I don't agree with cheating. I don't agree with mishandling people, mishandling a person's heart. However, at the same time, when you premeditate something like that, things can go awry. This woman ended up in jail last night while her husband, spouse, boyfriend, whoever he was able to walk away free. At some point, you got to say enough is enough. And to me, that was a signal as if this is something that has occurred on several occasions. Now, the thing is, the gentleman was at work. He was working. He was serving a purpose for the event last night that I was a part of. Now, with that, me personally, I really didn't see him with any other females. And of course, I really wasn't paying attention like that. But I saw him do whatever he needed to do as far as his job duty or what he was asked of, and I saw him just mingle with other people. And then afterwards, his wife or his spouse or girlfriend, she comes, storming in, barging in, and just set the scene off. But my thing is, if it's premeditated like that, why don't you premeditate how you gather yourself together, your self development, your personal development, your energy, your time into making yourself better? Because I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, if um, if that was indeed the case, if he was cheating on his wife, understand, now you have elevated the situation. You gotten law enforcement involved. Now you have a pending record, not knowing how those things are going to pan out. And then you have to have your car and everything impounded. I saw all this last night. But why would you allow someone to take you from one element to another when now things are being taken from you? Your freedom just being taken from you. However they decide to go about it. I don't know if she's gonna, I'm pretty sure she's gonna have to appear in court or something like that. But why even take the time? Why even bother to, take yourself through that type of scrutiny for yourself? When they're not worth it. When they're not worth, no one is worth your freedom. No one is worth your freedom. No one is worth you risking going to jail. No one, I don't care, husband or wife, no one is worth that type of trauma, because that pulls away and it tears away each and every time. Every time something like that is happening, it strips your personality, it strips away your happiness, it strips away your peace. And that's not what you want. Move more to develop in peace by self-developing yourself. If that was the case, and you know that this has possibly been something that's been happening on a consistent basis, start working to remove yourself from that situation. Start working on your money, on your credit, or whatever it is that you have to do in order to make sure that you are in a position where if anything happens, you can move amicably away, amicably, when you can settle things amicably. Now, with this lady doing all this, God bless her. And I prayed to God, for the guy too, because thank God, nothing happened where he could have, been hurt, killed, or whatever, and nothing happened where, she could have been hurt, killed, or. But the thing is, she went to jail. She risked herself and she went to jail. Folks, relationships and your money, it's not worth it. If someone cannot love you and value you and move to never embarrass you and or put you in an embarrassing situation like that, then you definitely don't need to be with each other. And then and then on the flip side of that, if someone really cares about you and loves you, then they should show their heart. They should show you and never move to embarrass you. So let's, in reverse, let's flip that and let's allow ourselves to get our money up, get our finances up, build our wealth, and move forward. Let's move forward to bigger and better things. It is so much out here and so much that's happening now in this world, in this space, that we don't have time to waste time on frivolous things. Because of course, I'm not against divorce, or I'm not for divorce, but at the same time, I'm not for people being in situations where they're not happy. You got to find some happiness. You have to find happiness within yourself. And at that point, that young lady didn't show that she loved herself. So, relationships and your money. The time is now to start looking at other people. The time is now to start getting your finances and your money in order. Folks, I'm looking at this every single day. I'm looking to see every single day. Now, I'm looking to see the further you go, even now, the further you go out from a city, new construction homes. It used to be, now you could probably find a home in Ackworth or shoot, Woodstock. If you go a little further out, you can find a house for $200,000. It's getting to that point. That's not the case anymore. You come out to Kennesaw, you go to Ackworth, you go to Dallas. Most houses now are starting at $300,000. So we don't have time. We don't have time to waste on frivolous things, or on people that don't give us in, that don't have any value or don't value us as an individual. We don't have time to spend and waste time with individuals that's going to still continuously to embarrass us and make us feel like, we're not needed, or make us feel like we're not wanted. We don't have that kind of time. There's no time for that. You have cryptocurrency here. You have the foreign exchange here. You have so many resources and so many outlets for those who don't, if you're trying to find something to do, get your bag up. Focus on that. Focus on that, because I tell you, most people, if you don't have any money, if there's nothing that you can bring to the table, they're not going to deal with you. They're not going to want anything to do with you. If you can't bring anything to the table, they're not going to want to have anything to do with you. So you owe it to yourself to make sure that you're in position where you can handle things for yourself. So, and that's true. That's the God honest truth. People If I'm telling you, if they can even an inkling tell that you don't have no money or you can't produce, they're not going to be bothered with you. They're not going to be bothered with you. And it's unfortunate that's the type of world that we live in, that, you know, you got to match person for person. Why you think celebrities date celebrities? You very seldom find a celebrity or someone that's a public figure or someone that that really has a huge following or is internationally known or known. You never hardly barely see them with someone that's not on the same level with them. And let's be honest with that. Let's have these types of conversation. They're not going to necessarily deal with someone that's not at least on the same level with them. That's a very small, rare and percentage and chance that that happens, here. But a celebrity, they're going to date someone that's their status or even higher. So my thing is your relationships and your money. Make sure that you put the time and the effort into building you. Into building you. How would you like to be able to have total control of your life? How would you like to be able to have total control over your money, be able to do what it is that you have in your money? So if it was something that you needed to do with your money, you have that in reserves, and it's not going to break you in order for you to take care or handle that type of business or those types of transactions. How many of you, have good life insurance policies, a whole term life insurance policies that build wealth and cash value? How many of you have trust accounts or can be able to put your business in a trust account where it's going to stay and it's got longevity for generations, after you long past, after you've gone? That's why we don't have time to go into, venues and confront people for cheating on us because they didn't respect us and they didn't value us. We don't have that kind of time. Nobody has that kind of time. We have to get busy. We have to get busy. If you don't have insurance policy or whatnot, you need to get one. I have a financial advisor. She'll be more than happy to help you. I have a CPA. He'll be more than happy to help you to get things in order. Those are the type of conversations and talks that we need to have instead of, I'm sick and tired of you cheating on me. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of that. I'm sick of you on this, that, and the other. I got to go through this with you all the time. You don't have to go through that with that person all the time when you can very easily let it go. Very easily let it go. How would you like to have control over your time and your money where you don't have to worry about, that's not on the back of your head all the time. And somebody, you got to find out what somebody is to figure out where they are, to catch them if they're cheating or not. That's a bit much. I never want to be in a situation where I got to find or I got to always have in the back of my mind or at the forefront of my mind what a person that I'm supposed to be involved with, what they're doing all the time. I'm busy over here building. I'm busy. I got to be busy over here handling the things of Kimberly. I got to be busy over here. I can't be flustered, and I can't allow this type of foolishness and nonsense take up my time, because the more that I focus on it, the more it pushes me back from achieving my goals and achieving the things that I want to achieve. It'll be 5-10 years pass by and I've done nothing. It'll be 5-10 years, that I have nothing to show for it. There's always something that we have to get busy and start doing. It's always something that we have to be diligent in doing. And that's taking care of our affairs, the affairs of our own hearts, the affairs of our own businesses, and our families, our children. What kind of message are we going to send our kids? Or what kind of message are we sending our children when we place ourselves in types of situations like that? You know what they're going to learn? They're going to learn to repeat the same type of behavior. They're going to learn to repeat insecurity. They're going to learn to repeat low self-esteem. They're going to learn to repeat it, and they're going to act it out. But on the flip side, they're going to learn if we set things in order and we show them and we expose them to entrepreneurship, if we expose them to how to invest in markets, if we expose them to how to trade in cryptocurrency and trade in the foreign exchange market, guess what they're going to do? They're going to repeat what we've shown them. They're going to repeat what we expose to them. They're going to repeat it. And their actions are going to precede that. So we don't have time. We have no idle time to be worried about following someone else when they probably don't even deserve to be in our lives in the first place. Like, if you know you're a queen, if you know you're a king, and the person that you give your time to don't see the value in what you give. Now, granted, some of you, or some people, I ain't gonna say you, some people, they don't have a vision, or they don't have anything lined up. Some people don't know what they want to do. They need to go somewhere and they need to figure out what their purpose is. Because if you're gonna do is waste people's time, y'all gonna both waste each other's time. And you don't want to waste your time. I don't like to waste my time on people, whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it's just, I don't care if it's family members. I don't like to waste my time with stuff. I've gotten to a point where I don't have a whole lot of patience when it comes to things that's gonna waste my time. Because there's a common goal. There's somewhere I gotta go. There's somewhere I gotta be. And sometimes people will look at you and they'll think that you're trying to be funny, but you're not trying to be funny. It's just sometimes some people don't understand business acumen. Some people don't understand that, when you're dealing with people that has maybe a public figure or have a high value agendas, they think that you got to spend all the time in the world. And what they can't necessarily just always get to the point. They just they got to skate around. They want to spend, they want to ask you so many questions, and then at the same time they want to pull information from you, and the motivation is not to do the work they want to pick your brain to see how you do things. They might try to implement it, but maybe not. But a lot of people, the intent is not coming for that. They're coming for some other things. So that's why it's very important for you to gain control over your finances and your money. Because I don't know what that couple's, with their financial situation, what their money was like or anything like that. But when when money comes in position, when money comes as a discussion, we don't necessarily really like to have those types of conversations. We don't really like to have those conversations. And to be honest, is we got to get to a point where we have to understand that many of us didn't always come into money situations, or didn't always come from families that understood money. We have to understand that most families didn't come from those environments. So, for those who did, the conversations might be a little bit different. But however, if you didn't come from those types of conversations, or you didn't come from families that that had businesses or things like that, um and you now are in the know, or you now are appreciative and you understand the role of money, if you get with someone who came from that type of background, um you need to have those conversations to be, just to be comfortable. I'll be the first to say, my family didn't they didn't own businesses, but I found myself at a really early, at an earlier age, really liking and really, wanting to know, understand more about finances. I'll be the first. I always was intrigued about building wealth and creating wealth. Always. But guess what? I fell into situations with individuals that I wanted to build with, that didn't see the same things that I saw, or didn't see the importance of building wealth and creating wealth the way that I wanted to. And guess what? That those types of situations, I find myself losing things. See, that's the key thing. When you be with a person and you start to see things happen in a sense where things are being taken from you, either you with a person and you on a job, you've been working your job, and all of a sudden, you're not a bad employee, but they decide to let you go. That's loss, because your attachment to a certain kind of spirit causes things to be removed from you. And basically, God is saying that ain't where you supposed to be. That's not the person you supposed to be around. So um you got to understand, when you're on the losing end of things, that's not that's not your energy, everything, all that affects that. All of that is affected. So today, decide where you want to be in life, what you want to do financially. I talk about cryptocurrency and foreign exchange on a daily basis. I did a series yesterday, where the money resides. Folks, including myself, I'm not where I want to be financially, but I decided to make the sacrifice to move myself in that direction, because eventually I want somebody that I can be joined at the hip with, that's going to see the same things and see the same value and building and growth and peace, as the way that I see it. Not saying to see it the way that I want to see it, but have the same common goal, that we want to be able to build together. Build together. I want a healthy and whole and peaceful relationship with the person that I decide to take on their last name. I don't want nobody looking at me, because if I don't want nobody looking at me differently. Or you not this if you can't afford this. or you not this if you don't drive a certain car, or you not this type of person, or you ain't you ain't qualified if you don't do this, if you don't drive this kind of car, if you don't have this kind of house, or if you don't wear these kinds of designer clothes and things like that, that they think of you much less of a person because you don't have those things. Let me tell you, sometimes individuals that have all those things, they can still be um jerks, so they could still have all kinds of other mental issues and um mental um just mental dysfunctions, and money can be all over the place. Have money but don't know how to manage it, don't know how to where to put it, don't know how to don't have the wherewithal to see other ways to make it grow. It's possible, but it happens. It's possible, but it happens. So it's important that we take our finances, it's important that we take our money and we start to grow it, and we start to put it in areas that is going to grow for us. I talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency all the time, all the time. And believe it or not, it is going to become the currency. It's gonna be the currency. It's accepted all over the world, so it's gonna be the currency. That's the great thing about Bitcoin, is that it can be used all over the world, and you don't have to suffer any, you don't have to deal with any losses, as far as like if you're going from another country, and one value of the dollar is more than the other. So if you have $1,000 and you're going to another country, and you have to exchange that for that other country's currency, that you may have $1,000, and by the time you exchange it in that other country, it may be less than the money um, that you initially exchanged. So the good thing about Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. It doesn't suffer any type of exchange rate. It's used all over the world. So I want you to think about that. Get your money together. You know, make time to invest. Do your research. You can ask me. I'll help you, because we want to be able to get those types of things out of people's mind focus, where you put so much energy and focus into the negative that you don't even think about the positive. You don't even set your you don't set your day to think about things that are much more positive and much more meaningful, and much more um, brings much more happiness to you. So I want to talk about the different types of ways that you can also um, make money as it relates to cryptocurrency and trading in the crypto space. We have what is called DCX. And DCX specifically talks about digital cryptocurrency. It talks about explaining what is the blockchain, What is blockchain technology? And how is blockchain technology used, currently in transactions, and how blockchain technology is used to collect data, in transactions. How blockchain technology is is becoming very beneficial. I'll say very prominent in real estate transactions. How, real estate investors are basically making money, and how real estate investors are advancing using blockchain technology on their properties. I'm telling you, it goes so far beyond just buying and holding, people. And I repeat myself. That's like I keep saying it every single day, but it really goes far beyond that. There's so many things that you can do with um, with blockchain and digital cryptocurrency. It is the natural evolution of money. Digital cryptocurrency can be traded in the forex markets um, to make profits. It can own bits or whole Bitcoin, and you still make profit. It multiple income opportunities. Like, digital cryptocurrency is it's guys, I can't even explain to you the different opportunities, the multiple opportunities in the digital cryptocurrency space. We're starting to hear more about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, guys, where individuals are placing their creative, their innovation, their artwork as an NFT in order to make money. Like, people are making they're placing their artwork for millions of dollars, and individuals are purchasing it. I think I heard the other day, I read something the other day where um there's talks even with Snoop Dogg. See, to be honest, you have celebrities that, and this, hear me good on this, because this just lets you know how much these conversations are not discussed in communities, regular communities, or just communities, period. I myself am a catalyst. I myself am a voice, to be able to share this information. But I read where this crypto technology company is trying to work with Snoop Dogg in order to develop NFTs for his work or whatnot. All this is blockchain. All this is cryptocurrency. All this is cryptocurrency space, guys. It has multiple ways to develop income, and that's going to be even more things that's going to come out of cryptocurrency. I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to do this type of stuff with the US dollar. You are just not going to be able to do these types of things with the US dollar. But yes, Snoop Dogg, and for you, those that are watching, you have celebrities, they probably have been investing, or did some investments in cryptocurrency and making money in cryptocurrency. But guess what? The average person that's not, that doesn't already have money, they don't know anything about this. They don't know anything about that. So it's almost like, still, like those who are in position, that have the money, they have access. That's just like when you go to the Oscars or anywhere else, any type of award show or whatnot. Guess what? Those individuals, they are showered with gifts. If you're in the Oscars, guess what? I'm pretty sure they give gift bags or some type of tokens or gifts, to each and every attendee. But they're giving them the best of the best, the best of the best, the best of the best of product technology. They're getting the best of the best of that. And you should be getting the best of the best. But that's how deep this thing goes when it comes to digital cryptocurrency. And the great thing about this with digital cryptocurrency, there's master educators and traders. They send you the signals, they send you the information. All you have to do is copy and paste this stuff into what is called the MetaTrader 4 app. They give you the trade signals. It comes to your email, it comes to your phone. You can trade anywhere in the world on your phone. You don't have to sit at home and sit in front of a computer. You can do this all on your smartphone. That's what they're called, smartphones, because they act like mini computers. But with the DCX, we obtain our signals. And then the thing about it is we actually get a chance to go live. We're actually in a class that's in session with master traders and educators, where they show you how to read the charts, how they show you what to look at. If they say the average moving the moving average, if it's above, price, or if it's above price or below price, it tells you, in what direction this particular market, this particular candle is getting ready to move, which means it also helps you in understanding, okay, if this line is, under price, that means this is a buy. This is a buy opportunity. I can buy on this. And if you see that it's above price, then you can see this particular trade is a sale. That's when you develop, even more education outside of just things being given, the signals being given to you. This is where things start to click for you. This is where things start to make more sense to you. This is where you start to be in increasingly more successful in your trades, with always relying on the assistance of a master trader or educator. You still utilize that information, but guess what? Now that you know what to look for, you know when to go into a trade, when to get out of a trade. You now know that. Guess what? That is a skill that you have just developed. Guess what? That doesn't change. The markets do change, of course. We can't, predict the market. But guess what? You have a better understanding of the market. You have a better understanding to say, hey, I'm just gonna wait. I see that there's a reversal happening right now. I'm going to wait, and you allow the market to come to you. When you allow the market to come to you, then that's when you can jump in and place that trade. And therefore, you see that your trade that you now place is in profit. That's the beauty of being able to be a part of DCX, which is digital cryptocurrency. In addition to that, outside of the trading space, there are so many new coins that are backed by so much funding, that now you know how to even buy coins that are not even being traded yet in the market. But you can buy them, and guess what? You can hold them, and it can increase in value just like a stock. So if you think about it, before Bitcoin was even ever traded, people had the opportunity to buy it and hold it. There's a young lady that's in my a part of our our community, that she purchased Bitcoin for $10. And I think I may have made this announcement, I made this statement probably a couple of weeks ago, but she bought Bitcoin at $10, and this was around maybe 2009, 2010. And she wasn't she let it grow, unannounced and unknowingly, that she was allowed it to grow. She didn't really go back and pay. And she was like, I don't know what this Bitcoin thing is. And she let it sit, and it grew and it grew and it grew. And this past December, she found out that she was $2.8 million richer. She had a hard time trying to access her passwords and stuff like that, because now that when you're dealing with digital cryptocurrency, you have wallets, and you have wallet keys that you hold, and you have access to passwords, and this is strictly for um, protection and security reasons. But she couldn't find it. It had she not found it, that she would have been it would have been a real big problem, because she would have never known that she was a millionaire. So imagine investing in something that back a long time, back years prior, and then you now see, wow, I remember that I invested in it. And you see that you made an investment, but you can't have access to the keys, you don't have access to your passwords, you have access to nothing, but you don't even realize that you're a millionaire, but you don't even have access to your information. You don't have access to your wallet keys and things like that. But that's what happened to her. But she ended up finding out her passwords, and her email, and being able to open up her old email. Had she not had see and had also had the email server not being able to work with her, she would have never had access to that information. If the email server or company wouldn't have attempted to, or wouldn't have allowed her to reopen her old email account. And when she found that out, she was $2.8 million richer. And of course, at that time, Bitcoin was sitting around maybe 20 plus $1,000. And a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, of course, Bitcoin shot up to $61,000 about 2 or 3 weeks, or 2.5 weeks ago. Guess what her money did? Her money moved and traveled and increased even more. And this was before the 61,000, okay, before Bitcoin hit 61,000. Before then, her 2.8 grew to $5.6 million within 2 months. And then with Bitcoin hitting 61,000, I am pretty sure that 5.6 million has even grown to even higher in its value. So DCX is one of those things, because Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is popping right now, guys, and it's going to be popping from here on out, because that's a new wave of money. Next, we have is what is called high frequency forex. And high frequency forex is a time-based trading. And what I mean time-based is it it basically allows you to trade or be in a trade for no more than 3 minutes. If you have to roll it over because you see that the trade is actually not moving closer to your profit within that 3 minute time span, you do have the option to do what is called a rollover. And a rollover will allow you at least some more time. If you want to do maybe 1 to 2 additional minutes to allow your trade to get into profit, you can do so. With high frequency forex, you're trading all of the forex currency pairs. You're also trading commodities such as oil and gold. You're also trading in the stock market. Surprisingly, for those who are watching, we can actually trade in the stock market, not invest and sit and hold in the stock market. But guess what? We can take that same Apple um, um, stock and make money in 3 minutes. So if Apple's stock sits about $180 or $140 or $200, guess what? If we wanted to trade that in the market, we can trade Apple stock and say, for instance, if we're trading $200, the same amount of stock that Apple is worth, and we put that in the market and we trade it for 3 minutes, and we're trading $200. Guess what? And especially if it goes into profit, and if they're paying like 80% on the 200 that I decided to invest, guess what? That's an additional, and if it goes into profit within 3 minutes on an Apple stock, guess what? I made money. And guess what? Although you might have one share of Apple stock, guess what? By the fact that I traded it in the market, I now have close to several, several stocks of Apple just by simply trading it. So that means I get my $200 that I invested in that stock, in addition to 80% more of that. That's powerful. But guess what? You're saying Apple stock that you put into TD Ameritrade or E-Trade still sits at $200 for that one share. When I traded it over here and I got like $200, my $200 that I initially invested, and another $200 or $300. Now my account is sitting at 500 when in my E-Trade account, I'm still sitting at $200 stock for Apple. I'm trying to put this in perspective for you to show you trading is going to get you it's going to get you a bag. Okay. We cannot predict the market. But we know how to study the market, we know how to read the market. And one of my favorite strategies in HFX is called cash trap. Cash trap is a very, very simple rule. We use a strategy called hourglass. And hourglass, it sends you signals. It sends you a currency pair that you can trade. It may send it every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes. Now catch this. You see something come through every 3 minutes. Remind you, the trades that you're placing, you're only in those trades for 3 minutes. So it tells you, you might get the US dollar against the Japanese yen. That might come up and it might say we're going to do a call on that. You look for several points when you looking into these trades. You look at the arrow, you look at other the stochastic or whatnot. You also look at other different factors. So if you find that it hits at least 3 to 4 checkpoints or 5 to 6 checkpoints, then you know that is a good trade to get in. And guess what? Probability is that particular trade is going to go in profit, and probability is that you're going to be able to profit from that trade, and you're going to be able to make money from that trade, which means you can pull that exact same money that you made in those trades. You can put it over into your trading account, your Coinbase account, whatever you want to do. Put it in your your bank account. If you need to pay a bill, what have you, you can do that, and you can go on with your life. But however, that's one of my favorite, and it's very simple, very, very easy to use. And I kid you not, guys, so many people are making so much money in HFX. They're making so much money in DCX. So think about, trading is the way. Also, Forex. Forex is another academy that we have that's That's also a great way to make money. I like to use what is called the harmonic scanner, which is a strategy tool that we use in order to read charts. If you're familiar with ABC 123, you will be able to read this chart because it basically outlines everything that you need to see and what you need to input in order to make trade and make profits in your trades. We just look at a certain ending point where the letter D is positioned. If it's positioned high, we know that's going to be a sell. If the letter D is sitting low, we know that's going to be a buy. And in most cases, in some cases, you definitely have to be very, very careful because there's also news associated with different currency pairs. I myself, sometimes when you're dealing with the New Zealand dollar, it acts really, really funny. Anything with New Zealand dollar, you just definitely gotta be able to watch that because they can actually, it can actually, reverse on you. But forex is the buy and sell of currencies. The foreign exchange market is the largest financial market in the world, guys. It is the largest financial market in the world. And let me tell you, what got me with forex is the fact that I thought only the way to success, and I thought only the way that you can really build capital and build money was through putting your money in the stock market. Putting your money in the stock market and real estate. But for the most average person, they don't have 100,000, 200, or $500,000, in capital in order to buy several properties. So, most people need something a little bit more immediate. What got me on that is the fact that, excuse me, you mean to tell me that, excuse me, no COVID. You mean to tell me that if I learn how to trade in the markets, the profit that I take from my trades, that I have access to it every day, not just to look at it every day, not the like, oh, okay, I got that. Oh, okay, I worked. Okay. But I can do a transaction like this, move it from my broker account over to my account if I need to do something. That's what really got me into foreign exchange and never knew that that even existed. Why? Because there wasn't a conversation that was always had. That was never a conversation that was had amongst, you know, our community. That's not a conversation that's going to be talked about. And a lot of people like, I don't want to learn forex, but I'm telling you now, you're going to change your mind about that. You're going to change your mind about that. People think I don't have time to figure this out. Yes, you do. And it's going to come to a point where you might not even have no other choice but to try to figure it out because you're going to have to do something different than what you've been doing. If the cost of living and the cost of other things are going up and your money is staying the same, you're going to want to do that. And for the most part, nobody's going to want to take on 2 and 3 jobs. Nobody's going to want to do that. Nope, no. They're not going to want to do that. They're not going to want to spend a whole bunch of time on top of that. Let's be real. You get home from your main job, your 9 to 5 or your 8 to 5 job, and then you might have only an hour or 30 minutes to transition into your second job. You think you're gonna be able to want to do that every day of the week, or 5, 6, 7, 5 days out of the week? You're not going to want to do that every single day or every other day. You're not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to work all day for 9 hours, clock in, clock out, take a lunch, deal with stress on your job, and then go to a part-time job that you might get off 10, 11, sometimes 12, or what have you. You're not going to want to do that all the time. You're going to be trying to find other ways to make um, your time smarter. You want to find ways as things that work smarter and not harder. This is an opportunity to do so. This is an opportunity that you don't even have to. You can do this right from your house. You can do this right in your pajamas. You can do this in your birthday suit. Okay? But Forex is a $7.3 trillion market. $1 trillion. The stock market is traded on 85 billion on a daily basis, and another economy may be trading on 22 billion. Another economy may be less than that in the billions, but world market, world trading, $7.3 trillion is moved in the market every single day. And it's climbing. So that means there's enough money for everybody. Okay? It is the most liquid market in the world. Liquid, meaning these are funds that these are tangible that you can have access to. Most liquid. It is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can trade every single day. And although we have different sessions, you have the London session. Of course, you have the US session. Those basically is just telling you when the markets are just more volatile when you have those sessions. So, the London session, it starts around between 2 a.m. to 10 o'clock in the mornings, okay? 2 a.m. is, of course, there's a different time frame from US than Euro markets or whatnot, the London market. But that's when you'll find that the markets are most volatile. So what does that mean? Even if you're not asleep, or even if you're asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, say for instance, you got to go to work, or you're one of those persons, you have an 8 to 5, or you have a 7 to 4, you know what, you can get up. If you have to be to work at 7 o'clock and your normal time of waking up, to get ready and get prepared for work is maybe like around 5 or 4:30. Guess what? You can get up and you can trade in the London session, and you've been amazed. If your goal is to make a certain amount of money per day in your trade, say for instance, you want to make $200 in a day, you could possibly do that. Set your trade and be on your way. And if you don't have to trade anymore, that day doesn't mean that you have to trade all day. People think that you have to sit in front of your computer all day long. You do not. You do not. If you want to get a good trade in and you could have made $500 before 8 o'clock in the morning. Guess what? You met your goal. You made $500 in that day. Some of what people don't even make in 8 hours. But you made $500 a day. So guess what? If you did that, I don't care, 5 or 6 days, you ain't even got to do it 5, 6 days in a week. You can trade part-time. But if you did $500, each day for 5 days, you've made a good week in trading. And if you want to do that all before 8 o'clock in the morning, it is possible, individuals. It is possible, people. It is possible to be able to do that. That's that's significant within itself. And you think about it, $2,500 every week. That's $10,000 a week. That's $10,000 that you've added to your household every week in trading. But guys, that's not even a cap. That's not even a cap. That's just, I'm just throwing out numbers, but that's not even a cap. Like, there's an unmeasurable money that you can make just trading. And HFX alone, we were on a call with jazz artist Ben Tankard, $96,000 in a month trading just in, in our high frequency forex. Guys, you can take an account as simple as $200 and be able to grow that tremendously. Okay, so let's move forward. um Trading, I mentioned trading operates on any device, on any smart device. But guess what? Even in addition to that, the banks are a part of trading. So, they do what is called a sweep. And sometimes if you're not able to get access to your money, the banks more than likely is traded it in the markets. And on top of that is protected. Whereas you can't even take you're not even trading your own money and developing interest in it, but the banks are getting rich off of your money. So, and even with that, we go even further when it comes to DCX, DeFi accounts or DeFi wallets. What's called decentralized finance. Well, basically, you actually really your own bank. See that those things are possible that you can actually be your own bank. You can actually be your own bank. Is it hard? No. It just take a level of discipline. It take a level of laser focus, being laser focused, and getting the job done. But again, $10,000 a month if you're trading, if you make $500 before 8 o'clock every morning, that's, man, you can do so much with that. And then in addition to that, you know, you have all these different ways that you can make money. But guess what? If you wanted to start your own online business, you can also do that. You can do that what is called ECX, which is e-commerce. E-commerce, our e-commerce exchange, where you can actually set up your own online account or online store, just like a Shopify store or like a Amazon. If you notice that Amazon for a long time, Amazon didn't house any inventory, didn't have any inventory. They partnered and they did vendor affiliate relationships with other vendors, where the people will go to their site, but the product will be coming from somewhere else. And the reason why I know that is because when I worked in corporate, Amazon was one of my accounts that I was an account specialist for Amazon. And basically, what was happening is I handled a lot of the plumbing accessories for Amazon. So what they would send, it was called B2B. So it was basically data or data and technology that was able to read each other. So Amazon was able to read to see what type of inventory that particular company I worked for, and what they would do, they would they would send that information or adjust that information on their website to show how many is available, blase, blase, blase. And when a customer goes to their website or a consumer goes to their website, they say, I want this luxury gold or pewter tub or whatnot. And they'll order it. But guess what? It wasn't coming from Amazon. It was coming from us. It was coming from us. So that's the same way that you can set up your account here. Is every time you sell, you make a profit. You list the items that you love, and it can be stuff that you like. You list items that you like or trending products. So even if you don't have an idea of what you want to sell, you are giving the education and the the protocol on what items are actually trending, and you can sell those right from your site, and you can make profits from multiple items multiple times a day. So it don't matter how many people visit your site, they don't even have to know you. They can just have access to your website, and here it is, they're ordering off of your website, and you don't even have to ship it. It's being is that portion is being handled somewhere else, but you're making a profit and you're making money off of it. E-commerce is the way. So much stuff is being sold on e-commerce and on websites now, especially during the pandemic. Just imagine, this this app that allows you, Instacart, allows you to purchase groceries, or allows you, to order groceries and have it shipped and delivered, to your house. Guess what? Instacart operates the same way. They are just like a middleman, or a composite to the other piece that's really actually the connector. You know how many people that that utilized Instacart during the pandemic? Trust me, a lot of my neighbors, a lot of us was using Instacart. Well, we would just order our groceries online and it be delivered to our doorstep. That's powerful. That's technology, guys. We got to get in the habit of really loving technology. So, all of this stuff, you have the opportunity to learn and earn on the go. Learn and earn on the go, which means you have access to all of these these products that you can learn, that you can, if you somewhere out in the mall and the signal comes to you, you can, quickly, very quickly copy and paste and put that trade in and go on about your business. And then you'll see it in profit, a couple of minutes later, or if you look at it and it's still in profit, still trying to hit that TP, or that take profit one, goal, and you're now sitting in profit. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. And my thing is, there's nothing wrong with learning anything new. We see that Oprah Winfrey has invested $100 million in a public Bitcoin platform. That's huge. Oprah, but you never hear her say, talk about that she's, you know, invested in Bitcoin. But guess what? Somebody had to show her that information. Somebody had to, put that bug in her ear. She had to have a team of people around her, a team of financial experts, top experts that knows what's trending, here now in the world. Well, guys, let me tell you, that's what you have when you're able to trade in the markets. That you're going to have the exact same access to that. We learn about different alternative coins that are trending, that we can actually buy and hold, that's not even traded on any markets yet, and it could possibly be traded in the markets, at some point. But we have access to know what those coins are going to be worth, and how they move, and actually, what's the technology behind it, what was the creation behind it. So that's even powerful within itself. So I talked about Forex, I talked about HFX, and I talked about DCX, and I talked about ECX. So each individual platforms, they're $234. It's $174 a month. The $234 is your initial investment. And then, if 30 days later, 28 days later, you have your subscription fee. Basically, that subscription fee is for you to be able to maintain and have access to all those tools. Plus, each and every one of these, they come with strategy. They come with educators, meaning you're not going to be inside of this space and you're not just gonna be dropped like just dropped hot, like a hot potato, for you to learn things for yourself. And we don't do that. You're going to have each and every tool, each and every piece of information is going to help you be successful. And then you're going to be surrounded by a community of individuals that trade as well. Some that are very good in their trading. On top of that, you have access to the master traders where you can ask them questions, in a live go live session. So that means if I know that I have one of my favorite master traders that come on at 12 o'clock, I put it on my calendar to alert myself that hey, X, Y, and Z is going to be coming on at 12 o'clock. Guess what? I make sure I set my calendar, and I make sure that I set my alarm. So when that educator come on, I am ready. I'm ready to take notes. I'm ready to learn. And also when they're doing all of this, they're saying, okay, we're getting ready to go, and we're going to go into this Bitcoin trade right now. We're going to put our stop loss at this amount, and we're going to put our take profit at this amount. And they're going to show you all the things that you're going to be looking for. You're going to be right there in live time, in real time, watching all this while you doing everything that they're doing, watching whatever screen they go into, which is not a whole lot of screens for DCX. But you're gonna be following along with them. So that's $234 for your initial enrollment fee, and it's $174 monthly. Now, every time we mention money, that's when people shut down. People shut down anytime you mention money. People shut down when they say, "Oh, oh man, I gotta be responsible for this monthly fee." Guess what? You don't necessarily have to be responsible for the monthly. So several things can happen. If you are trading and you're making $10,000 a month, $174 of it is not going to really make a big difference. It's not going to really hurt you. It's not going to really break the bank. But guess what? You're going to have even more. It gives you even more and more opportunities to increase that 10,000 to 20,000 a month. It gives you the power to increase that $20,000 a month to $30,000 a month, where you're getting better and better and better at your trades. But guess what? If you're making $30,000 a month, 174 is not gonna. It's a sneeze. That's a scratch. That's not gonna be any significant. So that's one way. However, also, if you say, hey, I want to show this opportunity with my brothers and my sisters and my siblings or my cousins, and if they are individuals that are business minded, because some people are not going to always be business minded. Anytime you throw out money, they're going to always find a problem. Why I have to pay for this? Let me tell you now, anything you have to deal with now, money is involved. Money is involved. Money. You're going to go to the gas station and get some gas and you're not paid for the gas? I think not. I don't know if anybody's going to give away free gas. You got to pay for it. You think if you go in the Gucci store, they got 100% off? Where have you gone to any department store and they have a sale for 100%? Never. Everything is 100%. That means everything is free. Absolutely not. Gucci is not going to give away something for 100% free. Not like that. So when we talk about, oh, you got to pay this a month, guess what? You got to pay your life insurance a month. You got to pay your car note a month. Matter of fact, most people pay car insurance, if depending upon how many cars they have, their car insurance may be $200 or $300 a month. Your car insurance may be about that amount. And you have no problem with making sure that is paid. Guess what? Because if you get pulled over and your tag is expired, or you don't have any insurance, guess what? You're going to suffer the penalty for that. So 174 a month is not going to bother you if you're making 10, 20, 30 and more a month. So if you want to share the opportunity with your relatives, and let them know what you're doing, and you have the like-minded individuals that say, I want to know what you're doing, or if they're already, those types of entrepreneurial persons where they're trying to look for additional um, things to, put their money into, definitely, guess what? If you get those people to sign up, you can get access to being paid on the residual end. Yes, on the residual end. So you don't want to leave any money on the table. And people think, talking and sharing stuff with other people, like that's going to really be, oh, that's like pulling teeth. When sometimes it's easier than what you think. But what happens is people don't like rejection. They don't like the fact of the person's going to say no to them because, you know, they're starting a new venture in their life. And that's so unfortunate that, black and brown won't even support each other's business because they feel like, oh, if I support you, that means that's money going to your pocket. I don't want to support you like that because you get the money. When that's a terrible way of thinking of stuff. It's a terrible way. That is a terrible way of thinking like that. You don't want to support someone because you feel like they're going to get some money. Well, guess what? Are you getting any money? Because I'm pretty sure if you did the same thing and if it was something else, not even related to trading or anything like that, if it has nothing, I don't care if you selling some tea and not TLC, not that kind. But I'm saying if you was selling body garments and you want people to patronize your business, you're gonna be doing the same. You're gonna be trying to sell those body garments because you want to be able to get that residual income. I don't understand what problem people have with residual income in the first place. That's being on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. That's being like the 5% business owner and the 4% business owner and the 1% investor mindset, where you're allowing your money to work for you in your sleep. There's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? If you was to go and do that, you want people to support you in that endeavor. Okay. So you just never know who is tied to your who's tied to your alignment, and who you're tied to and assigned to help. You got to be able to pull other people up by the bootstraps. You pulled yourself up by the bootstraps. You got to be able to be in position where you help someone else do the same and not be so, tight fist, because when you're like that, nothing can come, nothing can flow within your hands. You can't even, in a lot of sense, you can't even be trusted to be able to handle it, to handle the capacity of something like that. So 234 is no money. That's a business license for a city entity. So we also have what is called elite. And elite is, let me go back. You paying 234 for each individual package. Not saying that you have to pay for all those things. So just listen to me. Hear me out good. If you said, I just want to learn digital cryptocurrency, okay, digital cryptocurrency, that package is only $234. And then within the next 28 to 30 days, you're only paying $174. That's to make sure that you still have access to, all the tools, all the strategies. You're able to go live. You're able to do everything that pertains only to digital cryptocurrency. The same thing is with HFX. If you say I want to do HFX, you're going to only get everything that's pertaining to HFX, high frequency trading. That means you're trading only in the markets within 3 minutes. There's no signals that are being sent to your phone for that. Everything is everything you see that in your strategy. So when you go in your back office, you go to your strategies, you learn and you research the hourglass. On top of that, even with all these different academies, you're getting education. You're getting education on what is forex, what is it. So much information that you're going to be getting pertaining to that particular academy. And with forex, it's the same. It's 234. It's 174 a month, but you're getting everything as it relates to the forex and foreign exchange market.
Are you online?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been online? For like an hour now.
Yeah.
Can you take me to Starbucks?
For what?
I just want to get some drink.
Girl.
They have a new drink. What? You've been online for like an hour, and I texted you.
We'll see.
I'm gonna try that drink. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
I really want to force something.
You say you tell me you're gonna be ready. Okay. Oh, so you decide you're gonna go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My 17-year-old.
Get off the line.
But okay, so absolutely. So 234 is not a huge investment. It's not a big thing, guys. We got to stop allowing being scared to, elevate risk, take it's not actually that's really not honestly, I'm gonna tell you this stuff that I'm talking to you about is not even a risk. I kid you not. It's not even we're not even taking a risk, because you have so many opportunities, like so many unmeasurable opportunities to make that money back. Like you can get in, you get acclimated to everything. You make that money back so quickly. It ain't even funny. But again, that's not gonna break you. That's not a risk. And each individual, you're gonna get everything pertaining to that particular academy. Now, here's the thing. For those who want everything, want all of it, it's only additional $100 more. So it's 324. 324, and it's called the Elite package. That means you get HFX, you get DCX, which is digital cryptocurrency, you get Forex, you get ECX. That's 4 streams of revenue right there. And you only spent $324. That type of oh man, what's the word? That kind of caliber of elite education, you're going to pay much more than that. We have Harvard University, Kingsland, and some other institutions that's teaching only Bitcoin. And guess what they're teaching that for? Thousands of dollars. Thousands upon thousands of dollars. Only for a 6-week course, maybe an 8-week course. And you think that that's not enough because it's coming from Harvard. I'm telling you, you're not going to get the same education information that you're going to get from paying thousands and thousands of dollars that you would if you just would have invested $324, and you're going to get everything. Put that in perspective. Thousands of dollars. Harvard University. You think you're gonna be able to go back and ask that professor, can you give me the notes or can you give me the? Trust me, I've been there too. I paid $3,000 to learn how to trade options over a weekend. And I tried to recently go back and email the person who taught the class. You think you think he responded back to me? Mm-mm. And I paid $3,000 for it, only to learn how to do options. But I invested and I paid $324 to get a worldwide and elite level of education that I can take anywhere. And I can get on it anytime. And I can research within my back office at any time. That my back office gonna give me so much information anytime I get on. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait for none of it. I can access it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I can access it right now if I want to. I sure can. So consider that when it talk about your money. You don't have time. You don't have any idle time to try to figure things out. I'm literally giving you right now. I'm literally giving you the answer. Literally giving you the answer. That this is where you need to be. This is where you need to be. Some people looking for answers, they're looking for a way. Here is a way, guys. Here is a way. Here is a way, and here is the way. But again, you can't be afraid. You can't be scared. You cannot. You just gotta do it. You gotta do it, and you gotta trust that when you do it, once you do it, that is getting ready to work in your behalf. Then on top of that, you're connected to people like myself who's going to help you and coach you and keep you and hold you accountable and help you understand your why. What is the reason? You have a reason as to why you want to, change your financial life. You have a reason why. You got kids. There are some things that you want to do. And we're not getting any younger, although we may be looking younger. But what happens? I mean, you gotta think about. We gotta think about some things. Some of us may have health insurance, or some of us may not have health insurance. Or if something happens where we get sick and the health insurance that we have doesn't cover an illness, God forbid, but God forbid. What if it's a relative, your parents or something like that, and they need something to be paid for that your insurance is not going to even cover? But guess what? If you started trading and you take other things in consideration and you put, and you very, very diligent with, the way that you trade, and you see, I might have to, change this around just a tad bit so I can make sure this is covered. Guess what? You have the ability to do that. I'm telling you, it goes, it's deep. It's deep. This thing is deep. It's deep. And I don't want to sit on here and waste your time no more. I've been on here for like an hour and 30 plus minutes. I want to see you guys win. I want to see you at the top. I want to see you prosperous. I want to see you healthy. And not saying that money's going to always be that thing, but I'm telling you, if you're able to have money for the things that you need, and the things that you want, but if it's something that's pressing upon you and you know that you got to have some, you got to get it done, you got to make some changes, make the sacrifice and make the change and do something different. I'm telling you, trading, people that say they don't want to trade, they don't want to learn how to trade, guess what? They're going to change their minds really quickly, real quick. So I'm encouraging for those who are out there, if you want me to come to your church, speak to your congregations, or speak to some of your members. If you have a pastor that you want to present this to help, because I'm telling you, churches, even churches, can get aboard. This is biblical. It's actually biblical. But if some churches, if they were able to invest in Bitcoin and some cryptocurrencies when the pandemic hit, some of these churches wouldn't even have to close their doors. So I'm willing to take this to pastors. Matter of fact, we're going to be doing a tour coming up, starting next month, and I've already posted the dates in my Facebook page. So if you want, you can go and look at that. But we're definitely going to be coming to cities near you, and we're going to be sharing these opportunities with individuals so that you guys can really be on the cutting edge of all this technology and what's happening, in this space, so you can be prepared. And at the same time, you are already setting the tone for your family and for your children's children. Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you, those who are watching. I've only been on here for an hour and 35 minutes. I wasn't really intending to be here that long. I'm going to actually start trying to curtail these lives to make them even shorter so that I could make some time to do some other things. But I definitely want to just say thank you for those who are watching. If you want to learn more about the cryptocurrency space, you want to learn more about how to trade in the foreign exchange market, if you're ready and you want to enroll, please reach out to me. You can DM me, and I'll be more than likely to help you get started. And I don't know if I can put. I'm wondering if I can put my information in the okay, I can put this in the comments. So if you want to call me for cryptocurrency information, I'm going to type it here in the chat here. You can reach out to me. I'm a real person, guys, and I do respond. I'm not the type of person that's going to tell you, give me your money so I can trade it for you. We don't do that. We want you to actually learn this stuff for yourself. I would never give my money to someone for them to trade it in the markets, for me, because when you do that, you don't even have access to the information that they have, which means you do not have your passwords and things like that. So definitely do not do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. So contact me. I put that in the contact notes, the chat notes. Contact me for cryptocurrency info, 404-590-5068. And I look forward to, hearing more from you. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Feel free to reach out to me and ask your questions, and I'll answer them accordingly. So talk to you guys soon. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's see, do I have anything coming up? No, I don't think I have anything coming up. But for those who decided they want to enroll, I'm gonna start actually showing people how to um, set up their live accounts on a weekly basis for people that are new coming in, and trying to see if there's anything else um, that I need to share. But anyway, if you have any questions after this, just reach out to me, and then I can forward any information that I need to forward to you. So thank you so very much. It's Friday. Have a blessed week. I know this is the end of the week, but start this weekend making your decisions and thinking about what you want to do going into the next following week. What change you want to see, what change you want to, what comfort zone you want to step out of so that you can make the next move. Because I want to see, our people win. I want to see, people able to, afford the things they want to afford. If your dream is to be a homeowner, if your dream is to own a business, if your dream is to do whatever it is that's in your heart's desire, I want to see you perform that. I want to see you do that. And I'm also offering, for individuals who actually enroll, that I will give you money towards your broker account. That's an incentive for me, to encourage you that you're able to do this. You're well able and capable to learn how to use this skill to make money for yourself and for your children, and actually, pay it forward to other people that are around you, because that's what it is. Everything is about service, being able to serve, being able to help people that are less fortunate, but also show them, ways of, helping them to get out of their situation, get out of their rut. You don't want to be like a hamster on a hamster wheel where you just going in circles, going in circles. And sometimes we can feel like that we're always going in circles and there's no progress being made. But I'm here to tell you, you can make a decision. And don't wait too late to make a decision, because I'm telling you, our counterparts, they jumping on the opportunity, and they continue to jump on the opportunity. What does that mean for you? That means that every time they're jumping on the opportunity, they're always jumping in first. That's leaving less and less and less and less room for anyone else. So think about that. Think about it. Let's live and think high. Let's live and think that we can obtain and attract extravagant wealth. Let's live like that. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good day.